why life in America sucks so much nowadays. Why does it suck so bad? Now, this is a topic that I am extremely passionate about, and anybody who knows me personally can definitely attest. But I just want to spitball at the camera here for a little bit and talk about why life in America is just not it anymore. Now, where am I? I am in beautiful Asunción, Paraguay on a Thursday evening. The sun just set here recently, and I am sitting here accompanied by my mate, and I am addicted to this stuff. But let's go. Let's be real. Being American is an absolute blessing. Do not get me wrong. If you are a U.S. citizen like I am, if you grew up in the United States like I did, it is a blessing. You should be extremely grateful, as am I. It's the number one economy in the world. It offers so much opportunity. It's the center of innovation. It's the most powerful military for what that's worth. And it's still a far, far better place to live than, a lot of other parts of the world. So we still have to be extremely grateful and thank God every day for the cards that we were dealt. However, let's be real. Life in America is not what it used to be. What it used to be was the actual land of opportunity, where you would go there and you'd have freedom to do what you want, to start the business you want to start, to get investment, to market your product, to carve your slice of the pie out, right? Take your little chunk of the marketplace and build a great life for yourself and your family. Is that still possible? Yes, absolutely. People are doing it every single day. Is it as easy, straightforward, and feasible and lucrative as it used to be? Absolutely not, right? Cost of living is through the roof. I'll talk more about that in a second. Um, Competition is much, much higher. Big corporations have much more of a stranglehold in the marketplace, making it harder for new players to enter. Reaching eyeballs has become harder. That's debatable. I mean, we have social media nowadays. And it's not the land of the free anymore. It isn't. It isn't. In some states, you're paying over 50% in taxes as a W 2. Over 50%. Income tax, property tax, capital gains. There's taxes on taxes on taxes. And before you know it, your income has dwindled significantly and your costs have exploded. And you're like, what the heck? Where is all my money? Where is all my money? How am I going to build a future for myself? You want to buy your first property by 25? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Now I get it. There's still guys out there who are crushing it and making a ton of money and are able to do that. But the average 25-year-old who used to be able to go work at a factory or at a store or start a barber shop or a hair salon and within 3 years be able to buy their first home, like that does not exist anymore. Minus some very extremely small towns, but do you really want to live there? No, you don't. You want to live in at least somewhat of a city, or at least where there's some other people you can hang out with, right? So the fast track to wealth and prosperity that America used to be is not a fast track anymore. And there's more laws, there's more regulations. We really don't have the freedom to do what we want to do anymore. And it's created an environment that's very difficult to live in. Now, let me expand more on the cost of living. I mean, come on. You go to the grocery store and you grab a little shopping basket and you throw it on the conveyor belt at the cash register, your total will be $115. What? What? You want to rent a place for under $1,000? Yeah, right. Yeah, right, buddy. You're not getting it. Dollar menu extinct. Dollar slice in New York, I heard, went extinct. New Yorkers, if you can confirm that. It's just, it's absurd. It's absurd. Cost of real estate is high. I mean, you get it. Everything is high, right? And it's an ultra competitive place. And also, another very, very important factor when it comes to just your day to day life and your day to day existence is that America is physically designed to keep you isolated. I mean it quite literally, physically, right? You who are watching this video from America, where do you live? Do you live in a single family home? That's probably pretty likely. You probably are living with your family in a single family home, or maybe if you're fortunate enough to have purchased your own, great. Or you are living in some sort of townhome or apartment complex. Those of you who live in a townhome or apartment complex, how many of your neighbors do you know? Walk out into the hallway right now, go 3, 4, 5 doors down and knock on that door. Will you know that person? Probably not. Probably not. Especially if it's a newer development, definitely not. Sure, if you live in some small town where everybody knows each other, that's great. But again, it's a small town, right? There's a ton of sacrifices that you have to make in order to live in a place like that. If you live in a medium to large city, right? New York, Dallas, Atlanta, Nashville, Reno, Nevada, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Denver, Colorado, Spokane, Washington, do you know your neighbor? No. No, you probably don't. Or maybe, yeah, you know one or two of them, but you get my point. The sense of community is completely in the toilet. It's awkward to approach people on the street. You have to muster up the courage to ask somebody for a favor at the grocery store. You go into the elevator and somebody comes in on your way down and you guys are both staring at your phone. There's a sense of distrust. Maybe you've seen crime go up, cars are getting broken into, phones are getting stolen, stores are getting shoplifted from, and it just creates a society that's more divided. Now, I know I kind of went off topic there. I'm going to go back to the physical part. America was designed for the automobile, for the car, right? If you don't have a car, you are screwed unless you live in New York City. But for 99% of us, if you don't have a car, you are screwed, right? Nothing is walkable. It's not meant for that. So what you have is a bunch of single family homes or isolated apartment buildings, isolated townhomes, right? Where everybody does everything with their car. They go to work with their car. They go to the gym with their car. They go to the grocery store. They go hang out with friends. And you're always in your own little box. You're in your own little bubble. You don't get that feeling of walking around your town and seeing people. You just don't have that. So you go from your isolated home, your isolated living room, isolated bedroom, into your isolated car to your workplace where maybe you have a couple coworkers that you're cool with, but let's be real, it's a mixed bag there. You might get some cool people, you might get some really uncool people. You get back in your car, you go to the gym, everybody's got their earbuds in, everybody's on their phone in between sets. You go back to your car, you go to the grocery store, people still have their earbuds in, people are still on their phone. You grab what you need and you leave, and then you go back into your car and you go home, and that's it. That's the day-to-day existence, right? There's very little foot transport and there's very little public transport, that's for sure. And what you have is you don't have many third spaces, which is a term in urban planning for places that are not work or residence. Yes, I think that's what it means. It's not your place of work, it's not your place of residence, it's a third space. In America, you have your gym, again, phone, earbuds, people hate each other. You don't have like the plaza where you can sit down and have a glass of wine, chat with the strangers. You don't have many common spaces, right? Boardwalks, river walks. Sure, some cities might have those if you're lucky. Parks. When's the last time you went to a public park? Is your public park infested with homeless people? Hell, it probably is. I know the ones back in my home city are. But yeah, you go to a public park like 2, 3 times a year. People out here, they go to public parks every single day sometimes, right? This is still much better than America, right? So it's physically isolating. You are physically designed to not be around people. And then also, there's just so much hostility nowadays. So much hostility. Everybody's worried about politics. Forget about politics. Like, screw politics. I hate politics. Why? Stop thinking about politics. Oh, Trump this, Trump that, Biden this, Biden that. Oh, when Trump gets elected, everything will be great. Bro, no one's going to save you. The only person who's going to save you is you. So people are all worried about politics and they're getting all divisive and racial issues and thing happens and it's on the news and everybody's freaking out. And I think part of the reason why is because we are so isolated and we spend so much time in our own heads that it's like the only thing that can stimulate us beyond our own selves. We're not really worried about improving our own lives. We're on our phone all the time. Average American screen time is probably crazy high. And we just see politics as like an outlet to kind of try to unify with the environment around us, right? It's like, okay, I'm a staunch conservative or a raging liberal, and I'm gonna go find my other fellow raging liberals, and we're gonna have a bit of a tribe, right? We're gonna have a sense of unity. a sense of opposition to the conservatives who are terrible for society, or vice versa, right? It's like the environment is so divisive that it becomes an outlet. So then people become more divisive because politics is inherently divisive. And yeah, before you know it, people are just worried about a bunch of crap that's not going to affect them in any way personally. So you have the society that's physically divided, culturally divided, psychologically divided, and it's not fun. People don't trust each other. People don't really know each other. Making friends is hard, man. Making friends as an adult in the US is hard. I think there's a very good reason why so many people say that their college years were the best years of their life in America. It's because they go out into the real world, they move into an apartment or they buy some house, they buy a car, they get a job, and they're not spending much time with other people at all. Maybe they have their hometown buddies or their college buddies. They go and they grab a beer on the weekends or they watch the football game, but there's not much progress socially at all. And humans are social creatures. When we think of fun, of like really having fun, we think of doing things that involve others. And college is one of the few places where you can do that. What are most colleges? Densely packed, walkable, right? You walk to the dining commons, right? There's a third space. You go to class, you're in classrooms with other people. You join a fraternity, it's a social club or a sorority. It's a massive social club of people who are like you, who you can relate to and do fun stuff with. But it's a finite period of time. It's 4 years, maybe a little bit more if you do post grad. And then that's it. And then you go into the real world as an adult, and it's not easy to make friends because everybody's stuck in their own bubble and everybody has their damn earbuds in, right? So think about that the next time you drive around your hometown, the next time you drive to work or drive to the gym. Look around, right? Who do you see? What are people doing? Are people talking to one another? Do people have their earbuds in? Notice you live in an absolute concrete jungle, but actually, no, an asphalt jungle full of roads and parking spaces and parking lots where people take their isolated box, they go to the location, they go in, out, right back into their isolated box. There's no room for collaboration, there's no room for enjoyment, and everything is super expensive. And politics is taking over people's feeble brains. It's just not fun. And on top of it, it's so unhealthy. It's so unhealthy. The ingredients in the American foods are terrible. There's a reason why it's known as the fat people country, right? Because not only do we do way less exercise because we don't walk, right? We have no incentive to. We also have an absolute matrix of food processing and ingredients and preservatives and grain-fed beef and hormones and Red 40, which came after Red 39, which came after Red 38, which came after Red 37. I mean, come on. It's ridiculous. The average American's diet is terrible. And I don't necessarily blame them. Some Americans are able to live extremely healthy, right? If you go to Miami, for example, you might meet a lot of healthy people. If you're really about it, if you're really disciplined, you can beat the matrix, right? But this is a very common thing with America as a whole, not just as it pertains to health. You have to swim against the current. You have to go to the grocery store full of junk and go to the specific aisle. You have to spend more money for the grass-fed beef, spend more money for the organic ingredients. You have to go to Whole Foods if you can. That little grocery basket is $200 at Whole Foods, right? So, in order to do the right things and live a healthy lifestyle and put good ingredients into your body, which in turn produce better conditions physiologically, which produces more dopamine, which produces more serotonin, which produces more testosterone, which makes you feel happy. You have to swim against the current. And then you drive around and you see McDonald's and Wendy's and Long John Silver's and Waffle House and Chick-fil-A. Oh, I'll get the grilled chicken sandwich. It'll be healthy. It's healthier than the fried chicken sandwich. Bro, get out of here. Get out of here, bro. Get out of there. Get out of America, man. So yeah, it's designed to make you fail. It's designed to make you live alone. The people are all mad about stuff they shouldn't be mad about. It's unhealthy. It's boring. And that's why life in America sucks. And it's expensive. So, you watching this, first of all, get off your phone. You probably spend way too much time on your phone. Get out there, get into the world, try to make the most of it while you can, and start coming up with a game plan for how the hell you're going to leave. I'll make many videos about that part, but understand it's not going to get any better. Sure, you can go move to Miami, it'll be a little bit better. You can go move to New York City, it'll be a little bit better and 10 times more expensive. You can really, really break your back to find cool friends. Or what's likely going to happen is you're going to fall into the matrix even more. Right? You're going to spend more money. You're going to want to get a nicer car. You're going to rent a nicer apartment with people who are even more full of themselves and don't care about you. You're going to spend even more time on your phone. You're going to get the new iPhone every year. You're going to take on more credit card. You're going to pay more money to JP Morgan Chase and American Express. And it's just a machine. It's a massive machine. And oh my God, healthcare costs? I'm not even going to start. So that is why life in America sucks nowadays. It's not going to get any better. Get the heck out of there.